Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Welcome to another very special edition of Canna What? Canna What? What's happening to Canada? Well, I got boots on the ground in the GTA right now as we speak, SA, and you know what they're telling me, SA? They're telling me what's going on, and I've got a couple of real estate agents that are telling me that prices are going to go back up. Housing is going to go back up, and what's going on? Some in the real estate industry say they've seen a spike in interest from Chinese buyers in the past 60 days. What is happening? Well, the turmoil in Hong Kong is reverberating, and it's causing more housing issues and housing woes for the Canadian proper that basically built the infrastructure, and their parents and grandparents that basically invested in their pensions, invested in their futures in this country, are seeing it melt away. Just like Al Gore predicted that in 2019 the North Pole will be without ice. Yeah, guys, sit back, relax, get a coffee or something, because it's going to be a big one here. I don't know where I put my coffee. Here it is. How turmoil in Hong Kong could boost real estate prices in Canada, and it is. And it is. The fallout from Hong Kong residents' months-long clash with China's government could put further pressure on real estate markets of Vancouver and Toronto. A well-heeled expatriates of new Chinese ex-pirates. The Chinese of immigrants seek safety in Canada, say market observers. Yesterday, we had a listing there with 3 different groups come in on a bus. Yeah, those buses are the best. They were all touring homes in Metro Vancouver, and they were all from Hong Kong. Roy LePage, real estate advisor based in Vancouver, said last week they're very keen on to bring capital over as the situation in Hong Kong worsens. D has noticed a spike in interest from Chinese citizens during the past 60 days. Canada is already a well-trodden path for Chinese residents, with Vancouver home to 500,000 ethnic Chinese citizens and 300,000 Canadians residents living in Hong Kong. So there's about 300,000 Canadian residents living in Hong Kong. Okay, I don't believe there's 500,000. Okay, Vancouver, 500,000. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry. Vancouver has been the world's weakest luxury housing market for the past year, according to the recent report by Knight Frank LLP. Residential consultancy luxury prices fell 13.6% in the previous year. Knight study defined luxury as the top 5% of the housing market. The consultancy attributed to the decline of the city's 20% foreign buyers tax, that 1% empty homes tax. So the taxes they put on the foreign investing has been crippling Canada's dream of selling out the rest of its country to China. And unfortunately, they've left and went to other cities. So the foreign buyers tax is so powerful that when it was implemented in Vancouver, 30% of the people went to Seattle and blew up that market, and they're blaming the tech industry in Seattle. Woo! But it's not. It's the foreign investing in the 80,000 empty homes in Washington State that's being the problem here, and homelessness all the way down to California. The whole west coast of the United States is completely bought out. Over 120,000 empty homes just in California. LA County, not California. LA County. 120,000 empty homes. So that has caused a pressure where with middle class people disappearing and moving east. And it's happened in Vancouver. I did it. I live in Vancouver. I'm not spending $2 million on a teardown. Might as well pay $260 for the 10-bedroom I'm in right now. I feel like the king of the world here. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio in front of the Titanic. That's how I feel. That's how I felt since I moved here. Woo! Anyways, we could see a spike in luxury market very fast. That's one that's been affected most by our downturn, Danny said. Diani said, it's probably going to be very clear in the next couple of months how this plays a role where prices are going to go. The combined benchmark price for property types across Vancouver slipped to $998. It was when I was there, it was like 1.2, 1.4 million. the benchmark. July 9.6% lower than June 2018, and the first time the price has dropped below $1 million since 2017, according to the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. Dan Scarrow, president of McDonald Real Estate Group Inc., has seen an increase of attendance from Hong Kong buyers to open houses and showings, although he believes any changes will take some time as people make a big decision to leave their homes. It's really a question of, is there an exodus immediately because of the political fallout, or is it more of a slow drip over the next 20 years as people start making plans for the long term, he said. As of August 23rd, 1 Hong Kong dollar equals 17 cents Canadian. So $3 million home in Vancouver would cost a Hong Kong buyer just under 18 million Hong Kong dollars, compared to with 19.5 million Hong Kong dollars a year ago. The more favorable exchange rate combined with lower benchmark prices would more than cover for the foreign buyer's tax. So that's good. The Canadian housing market will make more money. You know, the government be laughing on the bank with the stamp duty or land transfer tax or whatever you want to call it in Canada. Woo! But what about the Canadian proper? They're going to food banks to get food, I say! They're going to food. They're going to get some food. It's going to the food bank. Yeah! It's disgusting. Global market decisions always dominates, but in Vancouver, we're probably more affected by global events in other places in Canada, Scarrow said. But tensions between the island mainland Chinese have also spilled into Canadian streets. Who do you think is going to be voted in the next 10 years in BC? Woo! Vancouver has been rocked by clashes between supporters of China and pro-democracy Hong Kong in recent weeks. This is really good. A lot of these pro-China supporters have been handing out liberal pamphlets and to join the liberal party and stuff. Woo! On August 17, pro-Hong Kong demonstrator had a sign stating "No riots, only tyranny," said Kevin Hoagan, co-founder of the youth-focused nonprofit How Foundation, who reported one of these clashes. At the point, he said some Chinese nationalist supporters began chanting "China is your daddy" in Mandarin. There's somebody outside. It was witnessing something that has always been here in Vancouver. Huang said, but most people who aren't of the community or don't know the Chinese community too well don't realize how fractured it had always been, especially along the class lines of geopolitical lines. It's okay, bring them all to Canada, let them figure it out here. Woo! Toronto is also seeing an uptick in foreign investing in the form of marketing agencies focused on Hong Kong buyers. That's what you do. You don't sell to local people. They can't afford to buy any of this stuff. You need to sell to people from outside. Bring the money. Yeah, said Tom Story, a representative based in the city. He said that Ottawa and Montreal real estate markets could benefit most from the possible Hong Kong exodus, given that neither city has a foreign buyer's tax. Hey, buy up the rest we got. Go to Newfoundland too, and Nova Scotia. Woo! We don't see specific increases in buyers from Hong Kong, but inquirers wondering about home buying process in Montreal. Amy Assad, the Royal LePage real estate broker, said. Montreal said. So, guys, what happened? Well, we sold out. With Canada giving away, Canada wants more Chinese workers, students, and tourists. With Canada doing 500,000 visas per year and giving them a path to permanent residency. 5,000 Canada is competing. It's the biggest market in the world, and they spend a lot of money. So Canada wants 500,000 per year to come in. That's why Canada is using taxpayers' money to open more visa offices so Canada can compete for more Chinese. So this is what's happened. Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada, the western part of the United States, like California all the way up, that's going to be completely bought out. They're fighting for rich investors. That's what they want. They don't want to make their local citizens rich because they just want to audit you. They want to check you out. That's what they want. And it's really sad. So what's happened with that? Well, Vancouver has Canada's least affordable rent, and it's $3,000 is affordable rent. The lowest it goes is about $3,000. The average two bedroom in the city hits $3,000. Oh, God forbid you have a child. Ooh, right, in Canada. And will building more market housing help with Vancouver's affordability problems? It's not. And they keep thinking they could build their way out of this, and it's wrong. And what happened? Again, back to this article. If you connect the dots, Aboriginals and whites leaving Metro Vancouver for other regions of BC, particularly to live in the Fraser Valley, Vancouver Island, Okanagan, according to Stats Can. So a net total of 9,345 whites left um, left to the interior of the province, so intermigrating within the province in July 2016. I wonder what the numbers are in 2017, 18, and 19. I'm one of these statistics. I left the city of Vancouver. I refused to pay $2.4 million for a teardown with no backyard. That's realistically worth $96,000 in Houston, Texas. So why would I do that? I'm not out of my mind, right? So, but that's what's happening, people. This is freaking unbelievable. So now there's about 200 to 300,000 Hong Kong citizens that hold Canadian passports, right? And then a lot of people are like, oh, Mike, why are you so shtickle about this and this and that? Well, there was a mass deportation of Portuguese that weren't welcome in Canada. Portuguese deported from Canada. Thousands of them. Thousands. Family deportation, mass purging, deported during Christmas. About 30 to 40,000 Portuguese were deported from the province of Ontario. And the sad part of it is the president of Portugal said, hey, like these people have been here 15 years. They own their houses, they pay their taxes, send their kids to school. Can you let them go home and get some clothing? People were showing up in Portugal in the Lisbon airport in completely covered mud, plaster and mud and paint and stuff from being at work and being picked up at work by immigration and putting them on a plane and said, get the hell out of Canada. 20 to 40,000 Canadians, Portuguese Canadians, kicked out. Okay, fair enough. Well, Mike, they were here illegally. No, a lot of them paid their work $5,000, and the work lied to them. A lot of employers lied to the Portuguese, saying, we'll extend you another 5 years, but it's going to cost $5,000 for the paperwork. Took the $5,000 for them, and then, boom, they get kicked out on top of that. So Canada lodges cracked down on illegal Portuguese immigrants. Deportation Canada. I was devastated. Family leaving Canada for 6 years to be deported. And that's what's happened. They're working hard to even get rid of all these articles. Even though they're legit, they're true, they shouldn't be taking down news articles, they're taking them left and right. I have the old principal of my high school. Had him on the phone the other day. I talked to him. I said, do you remember when you called down all the Portuguese students into the gymnasium and waited for parents to bring in paperwork? They take the kids from school with the parents and go straight to the airport and deport them. The principal said, yeah, I remember that. Why was it the Portuguese? Why was it? What do you want from us? It's like, it was just the law. We're deporting Portuguese left, right, and center. So I wonder what Canada wants. What is Canada looking for? What vision does Canada want? Ever since that happened to my culture, I've always frowned upon. Look, man's family facing deportation in a country they never lived in. Portuguese, they all hold Portuguese. One of them holds a Portuguese passport, so the entire family is being deported. So, look at this. Oh, this is nice. From 2017, deportations to the Azores from Canada now down 65% from 2011. Oh, that's nice. It's only down 65% from 20. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. So when people ask me what's the shtickle about, well, you know what? When you are being treated like criminals and stuff, and you come and you work in a country, and my family worked tooth and nail to the bone, and they worked really hard to become legalized here, and then just to open the door to anybody else after that, it's like, whoa, something's not right here. So that's why I'm going to stick to my story always, Hey, I got a great story about immigrating to America. I'll tell you that one another time, when I tried to immigrate and paid a lawyer and everything to do it, and what they told me at the meeting when I did all my paperwork. Yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So, this doesn't look good. Especially when Canada is saying, oh, Trump's deporting and this and that. Hey, keep deporting Portuguese people left, right, and center. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Or are they replacing people that want to be in Canada and pay for the infrastructure and pave our roads? Are they wanting to replace us with a better class citizen, I guess? I don't know. Comment below. I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for watching.